Hi everyone, it's Renee from Respiring Thoughts. This is my very first recap book vlog thing, so I apologize if it's weird or doesn't make sense or anything. This is going to cover 2 weeks worth of books since I had a power outage last weekend and didn't get to show you all the books I got. Most of them are library books because essentially I live at the library. Literally, I basically live at the library. First up is Bitter End by Jennifer Brown. I've already read this one and my review is up if you're really interested, but in short, this was amazing. Then we have Feedback by Robison Wells. And I know it's kind of like sacrilegious or something, but I'm not a huge fan of dystopian fiction. However, Variant, the first book in the series, was probably one of my favorite young adult dystopian novels, so I'm hoping that with Feedback it will still have the same awesome story that we had before. And then there is Sweethearts by Sarah Zarr. I've been meaning to pick up something by this author, but she's kind of hard to find, so it was kind of a stroke of luck when I saw her at the library. And then we have A Little Wanting Song by Cath Crowley. I'm excited to read this one because Graffiti Moon was also by this author, and I read it a couple weeks ago and it was awesome. I'm hoping that she won't disappoint me, but I think that Cath Crowley has a lot of talent, so it should be good. Blink and Caution by Tim Wynne Jones was a lucky find that I just kind of randomly pulled off the shelf at the library and saw that it was narrated in second person. Second person is really cool, but it's really hard to find, especially well done. So I'm hoping that this will be awesome, but you never know. And then I've heard nothing but good things about Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, and though I don't really read fairy tale retellings a lot, I think that this one has so much hype that it's worth checking out. And then there is, oops, lost my book. And then there is Never 18 by Megan Bostick. I've already read this one, and I didn't like it at all, but I don't know. It's short. And so, The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón is, without a doubt, one of my top 5 reads from 2012, probably my number 1. So I checked out, and I've already read the second book in the series, which is The Angel's Game by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. And to say the least, it was disappointing. I don't really think it lived up. It was like second book syndrome, definitely. However, the third book in the series, The Prisoner of Heaven, also by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, I'm halfway through it. You can see my bookmark. It's amazing. Just completely amazing. And I'm hoping that, the second half is as good as the first half was, because it kind of sucks when a book lets you down. And here is a guilty pleasure read, which is Rumors by Anna Godberson. I've already read this one, and my review is available if you're interested. And while I was at the library, I also took the time to get the next 2 books in the series, or the final 2 books, which are Envy and Splendor. I'm hoping that the craziness will resolve itself, but I don't know. And then we have books that aren't from the library. Wait, those are a lot of library books. There's only 2 of these, so you don't have to sit here very much longer. First is The Turning by Francine Prose, which is a retelling of The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. I got this book via ArcCycling, which is a really cool site that you should all check out, for serious. One of the cool things about The Turn of the Screw by Henry James is that it's a ghost story, but it's kind of more than a ghost story, and looking online, there are like maybe 50 different interpretations of what was actually going on in the book and what Henry James meant to write in the book. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what Francine Prose does with that story and how her own personal interpretation is. And then, last but not least, I have my pre-order of The Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. It came in the mail a couple days ago, and I was so excited. It looks really pretty on my shelf, and it smells good, and Laini Taylor is an amazing writer, and I'm just really excited to read this one. Anyway, that's it from this end. Hope you all have a good week, and happy reading!